Oneke, welcome to my page once again, Afam Bafam. Remember, I promised to bring you details and requirements on how you can apply for admission into Luxembourg's only public university, University of Luxembourg, where you can pay €400 for the first 2 semesters and then €200 from the 3rd to the 6th semester, making it the cheapest university you can find in Luxembourg because of the state funding. And this is applicable to both local and international students. Welcome to my page, but before then, watch this.
Once again, Afam Okereke, Afam Bafam can never ask anybody to send any money. Please be informed. All I do is to bring information, valuable information, verified information to my page. Everybody who has need can access it. If you don't, please pass. Share this message if you find it interesting. Have a nice day.
Before ever you think of admission into University of Luxembourg, you must have made sure that you've come out in a very high grade. Distinction 2122. Simply because admission into the University of Luxembourg is very, very, very competitive. If you have this ready, then you must have also passed your language proficiency examination. For example, IELTS. It is very, very necessary. Number 3, you will now have to design a statement of purpose. This statement of purpose will go into detail to design your motivational intention on why and how you intend to run your program in the University of Luxembourg. And again, letter of recommendation has to be ready. If it is possible, get a professor in your school to do you a letter of recommendation, or any of the senior lecturers who can give much in-depth and details of your academic background. If you cannot get a lecturer, you can still have anybody who is close to the family that can give detail on your educational background and design it the way the school will understand your need to be admitted in that school. And again, you have to update your CV. Your CV needs to be updated on your academic standard, from your first academic qualification to the second academic qualification to the third, and then heading to what you intend to do. Your CV must be updated so that when they look at it, they will see where you're coming from, the qualifications and the certificate you have incurred in the past, and then they can now merge it with your aspiration to consider if you are meant to be qualified for the admission. And again, of course, you must have kept ready copy of your passport. Talking about your visa application will come when eventually you have secured your admission to move into the school. But basically, these items I mentioned earlier must be ready before ever you think of your admission into the University of Luxembourg. May I also remind you at this point that the tentative date for the next admission into the University of Luxembourg is 1st of February 2025. 1st February 2025, some months from now. By then, when the admission comes, the portal will be open. The website of the university is www.uni.lu. When you go to this website, www.uni.lu, when you get to this website, you go to the admission portal. At admission portal, every information will be open there. Then you begin to arrange your registration. First, you have to check your program of study. Look at the program you intend to run and be sure that it is contained on the admission list. And again, you move down again to check your eligibility on that your intended program. You may want to run a program on electrical engineering, but then you may not be eligible based on the background you're coming from, the course you had in the past. So any of the program you intend to run, also go down to check the eligibility and be sure that you are eligible to run that course. When you've confirmed you are eligible, then prepare the documents I had told you earlier. Those documents I mentioned earlier, you have to prepare them and get them ready because you will need them for the admission process. At this point, you will need to create an account on the platform. Everything about this admission is online. You have to create your account and have your own account on the platform of the university. Once your account is created, you now go ahead to make your application. Also know that you have to pay the token of €50, an application fee, which is non-refundable. And when you're done with the application, submit your application. From the information available to me, this admission process may take several weeks. But once your admission is successful, if you have secured admission, they will send you admission letter and learning agreement duly signed by the University of Luxembourg. Everything is done via email. Now that I've made this information available to you, I expect everybody who is interested to get admission into the University of Luxembourg to begin now. Like I told you, the next admission tentative date is February 1st, 2025. You may think it's too far, but then it's just a few months away from now. Just like I mentioned about German Opportunity Card on time, people never knew that date will get to pass. Before you know it, the time for the next admission will get close. So what am I saying? If you are interested and you want to secure admission into the University of Luxembourg, look at those criteria I've mentioned, look at those qualifications you need to have, look at everything that is involved, begin to prepare yourself, keep them ready while you wait for the time. Don't forget, I had told you earlier that cost of living in Luxembourg is quite expensive. Consider the cost of living when you're moving to Luxembourg to study. Don't just look at the school fees. The school fees may be quite cheap, but then cost of living, accommodation, feeding, and every other thing may be quite out of the point. Be careful and be sure you're taking a very right decision. And again, note that Luxembourg admission is quite competitive. So when applying, make sure you have a better result that can stand you out and gain you admission into the University of Luxembourg. Until I come your way again, thank you very much for watching, and please find time to share this video if you find it very interesting. I wish all of you luck as you apply to gain admission into the University of Luxembourg. Congratulations in advance. Please don't forget, share this video. God bless you.